kingdom power of self-government. I want everyone to listen very carefully. Self-government, the original purpose and principle of personal leadership. Your life is your call, and your calling always has life in it.
Get my likes up. Come on, people, man. It shouldn't be that hard to do. Keep the likes up.
What up, what up? Welcome to the World Class. I am Noble Miguel Mario Tunica Bay. Motion America Muslim consecrated missionary, the Moorish Science Temple of America. And today, today's title is A Revelation of the Anti-Marriage. I showed a piece of this in my video on the Law of Diminishing Intent. I thought it was appropriate. I should say. Because a lot of people don't see this coming. A lot of things like we bring up Lilith. That's why I named it Lilith 2.0. But it really doesn't explain everything we see. You know what I mean? Foundationally, fundamentally, principally, yeah, it's Lilith. But it's again, like I expressed in the video, there's been some adaptation since then. And, you know, adapts, we know to adapt. And I felt it necessary to bring this conversation to the forefront as we watch. And again, I don't care about no other so-called race or no other nationality. The black female of the United States of America descend into oblivion. We want to bring as many perspectives to bring accuracy. Here, we don't deal with the fads. We don't, as Brother Drew Freeman said years ago, we don't go along to get along. We deal with the facts. And I figured I'd do this, you know, it's spring break out, so I ain't got spring break, like school's out and everything, so I ain't got a lot to do today. So I'm like, I might as well just put this in y'all lap. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go over a little bit of the video, give a little commentary. I'm definitely gonna open the panel, but we're gonna, you know how we do, we look at the words, we're gonna see what they mean, we're gonna get the scholarship part, we're gonna get the spiritual part, we're gonna get the principle part. We're going to go over the interview of the lady who produced a book on this. I didn't find out until I perceived it. Like, I never put a name on it. But once I put a name on it and I really looked at, like, oh, the Virgin Mary, everything that she's about, aka Jesus' mother, just in principle, everything that she's about, the average female, I don't do modern female, I don't do modern woman, because most of them are not women and they're not modern because their information is obsolete. So I reject that term. The average female today, everything that they're about is against what Mary produced. So like I revealed in the video, we're going to go over it again. Like, we had all of these leaders, we had all of these messengers, even to one of the most recent ones, and Dr. Sebi come coming out of the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, all of these people just hitting it. Fred Hampton, all that stuff was going on since early 1900s, I should say. Noble Drew Ali was born in 1886. You know, Marcus Garvey in the 1880s. Again, I'm an 80s baby too, but so I'm an 80s baby just like them. You know what I mean? I'm born in 85. Noble Drew Ali born in 86, but in 1886. You know what I'm saying? So 100 years before I was born, they was jamming, man. We was really on our way up. And I forgot what brother I just recently I forgot who just recently said it, but the whole goal was, I think it wasn't Lyndon B. Johnson. It was the other president that was worried about the Black Messiah, you know. And I think they did a good job at adapting. They even adapted when Noble Drew Ali was here, when Marcus Garvey was here, using that Boule, Thurgood Marshall, all them Boule dudes, and convincing us to do stuff against our self-interest. And you got those dudes that want to claim anytime we go in history, which is really stupid, claim that we in a victim Olympics. No, it's from a war strategy standpoint and tactic. Like, what did they do? Because it worked, right? So we got to study success. If it worked, what did they do that was successful so we can implement it on our end, or reverse engineer it and protect ourselves from it? So that was the mindset I had assessing this present condition that is the black female. And just a little bit of cognizance, just a tiny bit. Once I thought about it for a second, I'm like, God damn, these niggas is good, bro. You got to get credit when the credit is due, man. These niggas is nice, bro. Shout out to Brother Bernard. But they on that, they in that bag heavy, bro. They popping their shit, getting their shit off the other side or whatever. So, you know how we doing the hood, bro. I got to give them credit. You know, they got hitters over there. They got shooters. They really out there doing their thing to get us to fight ourselves at a very high level, man. Gotta give credit when credit is due. You know what I mean? I ain't too proud. So we're gonna get into it. Just gonna do a little bit of commentary on this video, and then, like I said, I want to go over the interview. We're gonna take our time today. I just want to put this out and get it recorded so people have access to it. It can be critiqued. I'm not one of those. Listen, the culture I'm from, analysis and peer review is a thing. We cross check each other. Like if you seen when my sister was on the last live, you know, we back each other up. We look at each other's research. So I'm putting this stuff out to be challenged, because that's the only way you get better. You only get smarter by playing a smarter opponent. So that's why I was like, when I seen this lady's book, I'm like, okay, cool. I know I ain't tripping. I know I'm not tripping because the connections is so specific and so direct, man. I'm like, bro, it can't just be me. So we're gonna get into the video, this portion of the Law of Diminishing Intent that applies to that I did on the anti-marry, and we're gonna go from there. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna look at another video, and kind of, if you guys, especially Mr. Goodbread, I see you in the chat, if you think of a Bible verse that has anything to do with Mary, please post it. We can look it up. This is definitely gonna be an open discussion. But I'm gonna just give this little. I'm not gonna say quick presentation, but these two things, the video, I want to go over it again, and again her interview with this guy on his other channel is what we're gonna go over and kind of look at the words a little bit. So let's rock. So the story goes, the prophecy was that a young man will come through these oppressed people. They knew the young boy was on his way here. So, as we've been saying throughout this video, the goal was to kill children to prevent him to come here. As the story goes, the boy actually came here by way of a virgin mother. When he came here, the young boy was helped. And these people who didn't want the boy to come, you know, they threatened people. And everyone knew of him, but he came here anyway. And people helped him. And he became a great leader. That was at 13. And he was honorable. And he was supported. And he performed miracles. And he accomplished great feats. And once again, he was honorable. To the point where the people that didn't want him to come wanted to have him killed. And the big bad wolf at the time, the big bullies of the planet, were asked to kill him. And as they checked over the young man at this time, an adult male at this time, they found that this man was honorable. They had no legitimate reason to kill him. He had broken no laws. But they acquiesced because this man was their king, as they said. Yeah, y'all know they call him the king of the Jews, which is another, again, satanic ritual where they put the the crown of thorns on his head. You know what I mean? You know how they do. Same people he came to save was on some Satan shit. And the man was killed. Every reason that they wanted him killed, it had happened, and it got worse after he died. To the point where 2,000 years later, we're told his story over and over again. Yeshua ben Yosef Emmanuel, peace be upon him, aka Jesus the Nazarene. Why am I telling this story? Am I about to talk about the Antichrist? No, I'm about to talk about the real Antichrist. You see, when this story is told, you have to understand that we're not the only ones that get to hear this story. And there is a loser in this story, and that's the people that were fighting against that man that we know is Yeshua ben Yosef Emmanuel, aka Jesus the Christ, the Nazarene, etc., etc. Well, this story at a minimum was 2,000 years ago. In my 36 years, we've gone from Etch-a-Sketch to tablets. Not to draw it out too long, but adaptation has occurred. And you will be a fool to not know in your soul that the most vicious and disgusting and despicable people on this planet have not adapted in 2,000 years. Which again is like at the end of the video, I'm teaching you about comfort. Like we think it's over. Like you hear those dudes. If you watched the video before, the video that just premiered, you know, they're so comfortable. They don't think nothing can happen in their mind. Everything that happened to us was so long ago. It's like, bro, no, man, because that was that generation getting their rocks off. This generation that's alive now want to get their rocks off. So you have to understand that adaptation is going to take place because that previous generation, or the fathers, mothers, and fathers of that generation, they want to secure something for their children. You know what I mean? You would also be foolish to think that they will wait to make this adaptation within our lifetime. As the good bird said, Luke 1, verse 42, and she exclaimed with a loud cry, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb." Mr. Goodbread again, he post this first. Luke 1, verse 28, and he came to her and said, "Greetings, O favored one, the Lord is with you." Yes, people do not understand how favored this woman is in this Bible, in this story, and how she carried herself. We're gonna watch it. It's actually 2 videos. I forgot about that one. I got them queued up. Mr. Goodbread, Luke 1, verse 38, and Mary said, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord. I am the servant of the Lord." I am. Affirmative, that's a claim. In present tense. "Let it be to me according to your word." And the angels departed from her. Because she already claimed it. Because what they came to do, she already took responsibility for it. Got a young lady taking responsibility. Mind you, she was like 14 years old when she gave birth, right? So that young, so she couldn't have been, when Jesus died, she had to be 48, 49 at the oldest. You got chicks 60 years old, 55 years old. They don't have half of that maturity right now. But they wouldn't have this adaptation made 400 or 500 years before we were born. I say that to say that they adapted. 2,000 years they had to plan for this moment. What's the first rule of any game? You only get smarter by playing a smarter opponent. If you were them,
what would you do?
Man, think about it. If somebody got you on the ropes, and this is what you should like. Again, we have to, if nothing else, reverse engineer our failures into success. If I'm them and I lost, what would you do? You have to look at the other perspective. You can't think just because you got your rocks off or you won that it's over just because you punched the nigga in the face. Dude not dead, and he get up. You have to assume it would behoove you to assume that he after you. He gonna be on your ass. That's what I would think. It's a good bread. Exodus 20, verse 5. You shall not bow down to them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the father on the children to the third and fourth generation of those. Definitely. Peace. Facts. It's like God is jealous is the only thing that they pull out of that. Like, bro, if I brought you here and I put you on, how you gonna big up somebody else? Like, if you hire somebody and train somebody and then they credit somebody else, wouldn't you be pissed? If you went to work for your 40-hour work week and you was there on time and then somebody else barely worked, they work 23 hours a week and they don't finish their shit and they miss days and they become employee of the month, wouldn't you be pissed? Like, you genuinely could be like, all right, it's not for me. If I created it, they just want to hang on that one part. It's like, bro, it also goes with, this verse also goes with, render unto Caesar that which is Caesar. Render unto the Lord that which is the Lord's. You see the consistency? Law of correspondence.
If you knew the boy was coming, and the boy came, and he did everything you didn't want him to do, and the men, the kings that you controlled helped him, the people that you controlled helped him, even him in his environment, I should say, you had control over these things. You could even kill him, and you did, and you still failed. Everything failed. Think with your brain. What are you left with? They have adapted. How do you kill a Messiah? How do you kill Jesus? How do you beat Jesus? How do you beat a prophet? How do you solve the problem? If I'm the other side that has 2,000 years to adapt, what do I do? You get married to kill Jesus. Because what is Antichrist? Anti means against. Christ means Messiah.
So let's look at this. Anti-word forming element, meaning against, opposed to, opposite of, instead shortened to ant, right? Goes all the way down to the Greek anti, I think it's a preposition. Over, against, opposite, instead, in place of, as good as, at the price of, for the sake of, compared with, in opposition to, in return, counter, anti, against, right? And you have Christ, the anointed. Hebrew for Mashiach, which is Messiah, title given to Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus is a title. Messiah is a title. I apologize. Messiah is essentially a prophet, which is one of the highest titles on the planet. It's over emperor. It's over king or sultan. I need y'all to understand this. Like, when my sister was on last live, I said this. All royals are connected to a religion. This is not light stuff. This is not a light conversation. This is the most richest conversation happening on the planet. It's for you to identify who's taking your real wealth. I said this in the last video that I was in. What's going on, Do for Self? And this video that just premiered, you got a guy like Mansa Musa, right, who was a Muslim, who was under the empire of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. This guy was worth 40 to 60 figures. That's 40 to 60 consecutive numbers. Because of his religion and how they rocked. Coming out of Europe, coming off that Moorish Empire out of Europe and North Africa, and even West Asia or Asia Minor, however you want to call it. This is an important conversation. This is not light work. We talking past trillions of dollars. This is extremely important.
We went from having all of these messengers whittled down to Dr. Omar Johnson, Polite, Young Pharaoh. Really?
Bruh, nah, man. I need to understand that this is our blood tie to ridiculous levels of wealth. What they represent, who they are, all of these brothers and more. Yeah, I know. I had somehow I muted. Appreciate that, bro. You know, it's this. I can't put on this page. I couldn't put on the screen as many people that I had. I just had to just go with what would fit the best, and this fit the best with my editing skills at the time. It's a myriad of people. Dr. Delbert Blair at the top left. You got Dr. Sabi, and followed by El Hajj Al Malik, aka Malcolm X, Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey, Dr. Ben Yakin. At the bottom left, you have one of my favorite, Dr. Miles Monroe, Dr. Delbert Blair, a depiction of Nat Turner, and then Francis Cress Welsing, peace be upon them. All of them have passed, and you look at all these people, they were born before 1960. And with their mom, they was pretty much born before 1960. You know what I mean? Before this bullshit kicked in. So I just breezed through it in the video, but I wanted to take time out to give respect, because I live off their shoulders, even though they probably have different perspectives than I do. But I'm wise because of them. They gave me they're my inheritance. I'm not worrying about no money that some foreign company owns. They're my inheritance. Because through them and others that are not on the screen, through y'all, we can create a level of wealth that they don't even know exists. That's why I keep telling y'all, 40 and 50 and 60 figures is what I'm talking about. When we get out of this stupidity shit and we get out of this anti-marriage bullshit, and I'm telling you, this lady does a good job, man, explaining what this shit is. So I'm not trying to, that's why I want to give her credit. This is a European lady too. When we get out of this shit and we address these things, when we can move forward at a high level. If y'all just knew who you were and what you made of all these people. You're just as smart as me. We're just as smart as these people we looking at, and then the people that's not up here. We like Francis Cress, like Shahrazad Ali said, we come from the people that invented thinking. These people here are geniuses. Flawed as they may be, they're genius. Francis Cress Welsing, genius. Dr. Delbert Blair, genius. Dr. Sabi, genius. Marcus Garvey was a genius. Very eccentric, very charismatic. The way he led people, the way he got motivated people, that's not little. What Noble Drew Ali did, what most people don't even know what he did, man, this is a big deal. So for us to have this movement, all these people that we were getting from 1900s all the way up to like 1960, and then like I said, you stop and you get Omar Johnson, Polite, what?
Riddle down to Dr. Omar Johnson, Polite, Young Pharaoh. Really? This is verbatim what Antichrist is.
This fucking idiot. He's fucking putting up a Red Lobster card. Red Lobster. It's like, you kidding me, bro? Stick up like got a white chick. Like, you talk to if y'all can't see the satanic shit like this, not even off. I don't care how you look at it, even off the CIA shit. Like, man, this shit, that don't happen by accident. Look at Pharaoh. Look at that. You go all them three to these idiots. There's a couple other ones, but these are three stupid motherfuckers. These niggas is dumb. I've been saying this shit the entire time. Every time I see these niggas, people keep saying Polite is intelligent. What the fuck is intelligent about what he say? He say stupid shit. He took some shit from fucking Dr. York. He took some shit from the Moors. He stole True Freeman and the other brothers that was teaching law. He stole their shit and put it in his little package. He ain't not intelligent. He's fucking swagger jacking little boy. And he did the real estate shit. These niggas graph off other people's shit and then y'all call him intelligent. This nigga ain't fucking shit stupid. The Moors got held to his paperwork and chopped that shit apart. He's an idiot.
So I say this again, as I said on multiple lives. I've said multiple times and will continue to say it. Black females have murdered 23,560,000 fucking children. They murder 649 children a day.
I just want to stop right here. Slow down. Because this is not light. I even seen worse numbers than this. I'm just going with this because it's backed up by the CDC. We got some other graphs to look at. But this right here, bro, I'll be looking at people's faces when I bring this up or when it's brought up, whether it's a brother or whether it's a sister. Nobody want to deal with this right here. You get married to kill Jesus. You get the mother to kill their own children, nigga. Like, what I just was showing was men and women that will be remembered for all time. Behind all of those people was somebody's mom. They had mothers. They may all not been sisters, but they got mothers. And people will always, their mothers will always be a part of history because their sons and daughters made history. So now you have, years later, you got chicks killing their own children. 649 so-called black babies every day? What? And we talking about high value, man. You got the divestors talking about you get killed once every 5.5 hours. Meanwhile, 57% of that is fucking medical because you don't know how to take care of your own health. This shit not light, bro. This is genocide. 649 a day? What? This fucking shit. Mr. Goodbread. 2 John 1, verse 7. For many deceivers have gone out into the world, those who do not confess the coming of Jesus Christ in the flesh. Such a one is the deceiver and the Antichrist. That's fucking true. Absolutely. And what Jesus stood for. He talked law. He spoke up for the oppressed. 1 John 2, verse 22. Who is the liar but he who denies that Jesus is the Christ? This is the Antichrist. He who denies the Father and the Son. On God. Facts. She who denies the Father and the Son. Facts. They who want to interrupt the relationship between the Father and the Son. Everything about married was the opposite of these chicks today, man. These average women. We're gonna look up what average actually means. I keep saying that shit.
Divide that times 24. Because there's 24 hours in a day. That's 27 children an hour. 27. 27. Look how many times we've been on verse 27. Do you not see the ritual?
Yeah, Genesis 1, verse 27. So God created mankind in his own image. And in the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. And this was a this thing in the background, I would have to pull it up, but it's about a demon named Belial wanting to destroy kings. That's in the Testament of Solomon, verse 27. See the consistency? It's not by accident. So y'all to see me say something about the Bible and you need to know the verse and how many numbers are in the verse. I'm not making it up.
What's 2 plus 7? It's 9. Let's step out of that. How many times does 9 go into 27? 3. It's 3 9s, isn't it? They've scored 3 9s. If we were to mirror those 3 9s, what the fuck would that make? 6, 6, 6. Welcome to the world class. Welcome to the best of the best of the best, where you will never get this shit from anywhere else. That is the mark of the beast. Nothing else. I verbatim to the T describe the Antichrist. You know why the people will never find the Antichrist? Because they were never sending an Antichrist.
So let me back up. It's funny how the word time in reverse is the word emit. It's interesting. Now, like I said, you reverse engineer anything, you can see what type of shit niggas on. And they trying to, you know how you would do in a game, if you get your creative player, you gonna put all your shit on 99. That's what they trying to do, man. Them numbers are sick, bro. They're not getting to specific numbers for no reason. 27 children murdered an hour that they are claiming. Now, if nothing else, the CDC has made a claim. I know there's other statistics, but the CDC is a claim. It's a proclamation. You know what I mean? What's going on, Mr. Palmer? Appreciate you stopping through. It's a claim. So that's something that is put in evidence. That's something that's a fact. And that's scoring for them. That's what they scored. They get 27 an hour. So for us, that means we losing. Like if you look at a 9, it's a spiral in a certain direction. If you flip it, it's a 6. It's a spiral in the opposite direction. We spiraling in the opposite direction. That shit doesn't serve us none. You got a young lady in history that brought a child here to create something. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm put it with you. You put in time and then reverse it, you get emit. Same shit. Same shit. It's polarities. It's reverse. Everything is a contract, yo. What are you getting and what am I getting? If I get 3 goes into 7, 9 goes into 27 3 times. That's 3 9s. So you scoring 3 9s, I'm scoring 3 6s. You win. I'm lost. I'm down by 33% or 333. What's the highest level in Freemasonry? 33 degrees. You think it's by accident? No. It may not mean shit to you. It don't mean nothing to us, the hood niggas or regular working class people. With these people running the planet, they run, the world is ran off math, my nigga. It's not like, it's like, cool, yeah, I don't want to get deep in that. It don't matter if you want to get deep in that. It's like if we if you just jumped in a room where a quantum physicist was talking, that shit may not mean anything to you, but to quantum physicists and the areas in which they affect, it means a lot. So it may not be the game, like just like a gang. They got their own language. I don't know how Bloods talk. I don't know how Crips talk. I ain't in that shit, but that shit mean a lot to them. And these people that want to make the world worse, that don't want another Dr. Sebi or another Noble Drew Ali or another Steve Coakley or whoever, or another Black Panther Party or another Morris movement or another UNIA movement or what if they don't want another Mr. Palmer, that shit mean a lot to them. To kill 27 children an hour. This shit not light, bro. This is nothing like this has ever happened in history, man. This is new. This is different. You are in a Bible verse right now. Whatever that shit gonna be on crystals or whatever the fuck is gonna be in the future, we gonna be in that shit right now. It's happening in real time. You are a part of history. They're gonna highlight this part of history forever. And I'm not gonna be on the wrong side of it. I don't know about y'all. So I'm putting this shit out. So whoever's better at explaining this, they can explain it. I know pioneering don't pay. So I'm gonna give credit to that lady and I'm gonna bring it to y'all because ain't nobody talking about this. Just keep blaming Lilith. Fuck that. This shit is outdated. That Lilith is obsolete. That shit is forever ago. This shit here, this is the new fucking model. This is the new OS. They have adapted. This is a new thing. This anti-marriage shit is the shit. This is what's going on right now. I had this lady.
World class. Welcome to the best of the best of the best, where you will never get this shit from anywhere else. That is the mark of the beast.
So mark, right? Trace, impression, you got, I'm sorry. Yeah, you trace, you got impression, you have boundary, limit, sign, landmark. It gives you the etymology where the words are coming from. You have the word brand from the root word merge, boundary, border, influenced by and partly from the Scandinavian cognates, right? This is in a video, so I can't highlight it as I'm saying it. I apologize. The second paragraph, the primary sense is boundaries. So you want to be bounded. It's dope. It's crazy to me that the this word mark is boundary and the word religion means to bond. And keep you out of those bounds. Like you in one bound or you in the other. You bound to do this or you bound to do that. It's kind of what it's saying, man. I'm telling you, coming from most people that know me in the spirit in this space don't know I can rap. And I'm like, I'm not like I can bar you to oblivion. We used to battle every day, all the time. I was cooking niggas, I'm telling you. So how I look at shit and what I notice is that they're using language like we're using it. I think that's why they hated hip hop so much, because how we look at a bar, how we look at things, how we articulate it, we were so green to thinking that it was just the way we rock, but it's not that. It's not the case. Bro, when I tell you we really get into this shit and I show you how you can really spin shit, you're gonna be like, God damn. But like my brother Asia, and you got Professor Griff who know all these signs and symbols and images. Like again, it may not mean nothing to us, and I get it. I get you. I'm from Liberty Heights and Glen Oak, Northwest Baltimore. Shit don't mean nothing to me, but this is how these bitches is rocking. This is the type of time that they on. If I can get you to beat you for me, if you kill yourself for me, you take yourself out for me, I can't go to jail for it. That's the game. I can't go down in history as the person that killed Jesus if I get his mother to do it. The Holy Roman Empire fell after that. Y'all remember? It went down after that. And they've been trying ever since. Had a little boy on the show, and I was on the Kay and Kayla show talking to me about all the roads lead to Rome. He right. He ain't wrong. He's correct. Because them niggas, they was in their body about that. Y'all got a shot in. So right now we're going over the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is principles, man. It's not that little FID chip. It's not that shit. It's basic principles. Right? So you get down to a meaning in this last little sentence, any visible trace or impression, meaning any visible trace. I just gave you a visible trace. on what 999 and 666 mean. We know it's 6 molecules, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. We got that. We know that means carbon. We know 6 mean carbon, but carbon would go down to the dirt and dust of the ground from which God brought you from. So if I brought you from there, I don't want you there. Okay, it's cool. Man was made on the 6th day. I get it. But I didn't make you on the 6th day for you to stay there. My purpose is not known, misuse is inevitable. I made you so you can get to the higher levels. Get you through 7, 8, and 9, get you to the highest. In this video on the Law of Diminishing Intent, I've explained and shown that 9 is the highest number. I'm giving you math and science that you may not be privy to. The shit go down at the bottom, the Middle English sense of target, marksman, a slang sense victim of a swindle. That's what the mark of the beast means. That's what mark actually means. I'm sorry.
Nothing else, I verbatim to the T, describe the Antichrist.
Brand, you got verb, 14th century, to impress or burn a mark upon with a hot iron. What is that? Categorize, stigmatize. Am I making this shit up? Original or criminal marks, categorize wounds, brand figuratively, of in a bad sense, fix a character or infamy upon, right? Infamy upon, I'm sorry, with the criminal marking in mind, and highlight, right? As a means of marking ownership or quality of property. I'm not going to go through this really hard on this, but Dred Scott has never been repealed. If you go look up Dred Scott, they tell you that niggas don't got no rights in this country. I'm going to say that shit again. Dred Scott has never been repealed. You don't have no rights in this country unless they feel like it. You have privileges, but you don't have no rights. They never repealed that. When you walk around with those brands or markings, Negro, black, and color.
You know why the people will never find the Antichrist? Because they were never sending an Antichrist.
These are the brands. Now think yourself, if you're skin brown like me, how many niggas in the same time that we've been here has had different names? Why we got all these stupid ass names that don't mean anything? That don't make any sense. Take an adjective, Negro's an adjective, black is an adjective, colored is a fucking past tense verb, African American. Why are you modifying a proper noun with a proper noun? Stupid.
Christ was a title. One thing people keep forgetting is that Jesus is an effect, he's not a cause. The initiated, the masters, don't deal with the effect, they deal with the cause. What's the cause? Mary. They were never sending an anti-Christ. They were always going to send an anti-Mary. This is your hybrid demon that no one knows shit about except for one lady who I'm going to show a little later, and the people that may have been aware of her prior to me saying it. And I did not know this lady came out with this shit before I came out with before I thought of it and perceived it. Didn't even know she exists until I did this recording today. Did a little research, wanted to see if somebody figured out before me, and they have. I give this lady credit, she already has a book. The key is for me to feed pieces to you and make you think you took those pieces. Because you're what? You're smarter and I'm dumber.
So the point of me saying that is, it's so convenient that within the last, I guess since the 60s, they revealed that Lilith exists. Since the 1960s, but you never told us that shit, that Book of Enoch or none of that. You didn't tell us none of that shit the previous almost 200 years. So why all of a sudden you let me know? Again, like I said at the end of the video, the Law of Diminishing Intent, comfort. The key is for me to feed pieces to you and make you think you took those pieces. Make you feel like you gave us something. No, nigga, they operating like I'm operating. They looking ahead of the game. They thinking 1,000 years out. You barely got plans for the weekend. You beat just all proxy. You understand? When I'm talking or I'm on on your lives, or we'll be building in private or whatever. My whole goal to give you transparency is to put you 1,000 years ahead of these niggas, for you to catch up from being 2,500 years behind and to put you another 1,000 years ahead of them. I know it's not sexy now, but when you get this shit in your rhythm and you sit in front of these criminals or you watch them on these lives and they can't fuck with you and you just automatically know what's going on, you'll thank me then. Not that you don't now, because a lot of y'all definitely be bigging me up, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. Gail, Mr. Palmer, my brother Bernard, Mr. Goodbread. Okay, let's talk about it. I can go on and on. Game of Lives Matter. I appreciate all the love, bro. I definitely, because it'll be y'all the ones that's going to make a difference. Eventually, they're going to come get me. So it's no misunderstanding. They're going to come get me and get me out of here eventually. When y'all got this information and it's dispensed, they can't fuck with you. And that's my goal. I'm not trying to get out alive. We getting out this bitch together. So again, we already looked up anti, right? So look at Mary, right? You got the various meanings from Old English at the bottom. Maria. So my middle name is Mario. So Mario is masculine to Maria, right? You got Marie, then you have the Latin Maria, Miriam, the Arabic Maryam, Miriam, stuff like that. You see these variants to their name, and it is said to mean rebellion at the bottom. You see it. So Mary means rebellion. Well, it makes sense, because why? She was a rebel. She was among the oppressed. So if I'm anti-Mary, I'm anti what? Anti-rebellion. What do you see with these chicks? What do you see? They comfortable. They want to stay in this fucked up ass situation, and they want to find their spot in the government that killed their children, and they get them to kill their children. It's too specific. It's too direct. It's like, what the fuck? It's mind-boggling. They're not even hiding it at this point.
I've been specific and blatant about telling you that Lucifer is the patsy. I wanted you to see in your own brain, could you perceive the other side?
So what? Just with phonics, Mary and Mary, they don't want to get married. They want to wait till they, you know what I'm saying? Get their career going. What does Mary mean? 13th century, Marian, of parent or superior. Fucking Mary literally means to give offspring in marriage. That's what it means. Monogamy, right? Mono means one, and gami means to marry. To marry, giving offspring once is what monogamy means. I'm going to do that another time. But to give offspring in marriage, you're fucking killing 49 children. It's the exact opposite. It's specifically the exact opposite, right? You see the rest getting into conjugal state, take a husband or wife. Okay, cool. Got all that. Great. To get married, marry off, give them. You got that shit. Look at the shit at the bottom. Perhaps ultimately provide with Marie, a young woman, young wife, young woman, girl, maiden. What are these chicks saying? I'm gonna wait till later. Girl, no. You gotta get your career together and stupid shit. That don't make sense. Why the fuck would you do that? What if the city did that? What if the city councilman, fuck, I'm asking, what if that's what the fuck they do? What do these politicians do? They wait till they get their careers going before they do something for somebody else. Why are we doing this? There has to be something else going on. These words are specific. It's specifically what you watch. It's specifically the opposite of what Mary is, the name and the word. That shit don't happen by accident. Fucking the bottom of the Sanskrit word Maria at the bottom, young man suitor, the last sentence. They pick niggas that's not suitable, and they pick a sugar daddy to give them stuff. Fuck, you can't make this goofy ass shit up. This is the stupidest generation of all time.
Y'all in the manosphere have been talking Lilith. That's the patsy. It's the hand that you don't see that knocks you out. You never seen anti-Mary coming, did you? Didn't know that this was coming. It's not in the title. It's not in the description. You can only get smarter by playing a smarter opponent. One of the expressions of, or indications that the Antichrist was coming, was as a Babylonian whore. I am Noble Miguel Mario Tunica Bay, Moorish American Muslim, consecrated. And there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven, I think there's veils, and talked with him, saying unto him, Come hither. I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Let me make this big so I can see the whole shit. Okay. With whom the king of the earth have committed fornication. The kings of the earth have committed fornication. And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Niggas is drunk with all of them, all that twerking. I was one of them. I ain't gonna sit there lie. I like me a tall, thick chocolate chick. I ain't gonna sit there whole niggas. I'm keeping shit 100. I love it. You be drunk like that when it, yeah. I'm not no angel. I ain't gonna sit there hold you. I done did a lot of shit. I've been drunk with it. Shit, I'm one of the damn kings they talking about. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy. That sound like fucking feminism to me. Having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Nigga, this shit crazy. This is crazy. And upon her forehead, this is 5, and upon her forehead was written mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. Jesus Christ. That's shit crazy. Drunken with the blood of the saints. That's innocent children. And innocent dads. And with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. You see what I'm saying? The messiahs, people that propagate common sense and law, because that's what Jesus taught. He taught law. He wasn't talking religion. I don't know if y'all know that. And when I saw her, I wondered what great what happened? My bad. I don't know if was I in it too long? Hold on, let me get back to it. Hold up. Dropped off or something. My bad. I don't know what happened. Everything just clicked the fuck out. I don't know what happened. Hold up. I'm gonna get back to that spot. Okay. It's 24.
I don't know what happened, bro.
No, except for day world class. Created the masters and anti. Except the key is for me to feed pieces to you.
This video almost over.
Didn't know that there was,
ain't that much more.
you can only get. I am.
My bad. I don't know what it was. Okay. Maybe I had to like flirt with it a little bit. And with the blood of martyrs of Jesus, and when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. Let me see. And here is the mind which hath wisdom, and the 7 heads and the 7 mountains, on which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come, or had not yet come. And when he comes, he must continue a short space. Sorry, it's small. I don't know what. I think when I go in the full screens and I sit in there too long, it'll cut off. Learning this, I'm struggle streaming.
And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth and is of the seven and goes into perdition. Let me make sure that's it, perdition. Yep, perdition. And the 10 horns which thou saw are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as king 1 hour with the beast. And he said unto me, the water which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And women which thou sawest is the great city which reigns over the king of the earth. Just wanted to verbalize that. I don't know what happened to the rest of it, but we're going to finish this. And I'm going to go to her video. Noble Miguel Mario Tunica Bay, Moorish American, Muslim, consecrated and appointed missionary to Moorish Science Temple of America. I do have a religious title. This is my business. To expose Satan or Shaitan. This here thing that we're talking about is the greatest demon of all time, the strongest, non-negotiable. But this portion of this video is called the true devil. And with respects to Samael, Azazel, we ascribe all sins, Belial, Lilith, Obizuth, Beelzebub, and this new hybrid Jesus, anti-Jesus, anti-Mary creature thing. None of them compared to the next. I'll save the best for last. The greatest murderer of all time. That all of them wrapped up together does not make up 1/32nd of a percent of how dangerous and satanic this true devil is. But before we do that, just to show you this is not something that I'm making up. We're going to take a look at Miss Carrie Gress to explain and back up what I'm saying from a whole different perspective, from a Catholicism standpoint, not an Islamic standpoint. And then I'm going to introduce you to the true devil. All right. So behind the scenes, this shit is acting crazy. I don't know what, but instead of letting that play, we're just going to go into her video, her interview, on this other channel. Give me 1 second. Let me put her down. Put this up. Grab that window. I got this song stuck in my head about fucking, well, not even the song, this verse from fucking Kodak Black. I watched it earlier. This nigga said, my name Kodak Black, and when you see me, I'm white. That shit was fucking hilarious. That nigga is retarded. Then y'all, if y'all seen the Kodak Black video with him talking to Jada, hit a one in the chat. That shit was hilarious. He said, you don't deserve that, man. You deserve me. So this young boy is wow, bro. Show you this bugging. Let me see if that's what we at. Okay, here we go. All right.
Your host, our special author and guest is Carrie Gress, PhD, author of The Anti-Mary Exposed, Rescuing the Culture from Toxic Femininity, published by TAN Publishers, available for our EWTN religious catalog, EWTNRC.com. It's very good to see you again.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. People see you on various programs. Jeanette's program.
1 second. Got it on the wrong one. Bring it up again.
1 second. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Yep, should be good now. We'll open the stream up in a second too.
And welcome once again to EWTN's Bookmark. I'm Doug Keck, your host. Our special author and guest is Carrie Gress, PhD, author of The Anti-Mary Exposed, Rescuing the Culture from Toxic Femininity, published by TAN Publishers, available through our EWTN Religious Catalog, EWTNRC.com. It's very good to see you again.
Thank you. It's
nice to have you here. People see you on various programs, Jeanette's program, of course, and we've spoken a couple of times. Here and also at the CMN. I remember we had a conversation as well. So the latest book, The Anti-Mary Exposed. Why is there an anti-Mary issue in the world today? And were you surprised that it existed?
I think we all know it exists, but
Hey, Mr. Goodbread, is the sound good? So make sure everything sounds good. You just hit a 1, you don't gotta type everything out. So make sure it's loud enough.
but I think I was able to put my finger on it in a slightly different way. When I was writing the Marian option, it's really struck me looking at who Our Lady is and the history of Our Lady and devotion to her and attributes of her, and contrasting that with the elite women of our culture. It became really stark and glaring that there's a big chasm between the two of them. And it's not even just that these women have sort of gone the secular route, but in fact, some of the characteristics of these women are diametrically opposed to who Our Lady is. So that's what really started me thinking about this.
Well, you say in the beginning, women have been a mystery since Adam encountered Eve.
Right.
Why are they such a mystery? I know they're a mystery to men. Are they a mystery to women too?
Yes. I think we're deeply complex, and there's a lot of emotional things going on, and yeah, I think we're mysterious. But I think what we've seen in the culture over the last 50 or 60 years has become kind of monolithic in terms of the way that women are treated and are expected to behave, and it's definitely targeting some very specific things like our virginity and our motherhood. And Our Lady, of course, is the Virgin Mother, so it makes sense that there's a very specific attack going on Our Lady and on women too. I mean, I think Satan knows that if he gets women, he gets everybody.
Right.
We saw this in the garden. And
I think you talk about that a lot, Mr. Goodbread. You be speaking about that a lot, and yeah, I know you concur with that.
Men live in a constant state of shadow boxing, trying to stay in sync with the new progressive demands of women. Most of us, however, don't know the full story of the battle lines drawn in the 60s. Now, I hate to say I lived through it, so I remember some of these people. So Kate Millett and Betty Friedan and names like that, Gloria Steinem are not unfamiliar. So you're yourself, I mean, you're kind of going back a little bit before your time.
Right.
Were you surprised at these roots?
I was, because, my degree's in philosophy, and I kept trying to figure out what the philosophical foundations of feminism were. I kept looking for some real roots there. And I was surprised because I kept running into two things. One was Marxism, and the other was the occult.
That's very interesting. That was probably the biggest surprise. I mean, I can kind of understand the occult side with Our Lady and demonic, and you know, the enmity between the devil and but the Marxist aspect, I was a little surprised at that.
Yeah, that was an interesting piece to put together, because of course Our Lady of Fatima in 1917 predicts that Russia will spread her heirs. So and most people think of this in very economic terms or social terms, but not in terms of women per se. And I think that if you look at what the Soviet program was, it was to create this new man and this new woman and this kind of utopia. And so they employed a lot of the things that we ended up adopting, 50 years later.
And then that's a part of the aspect of they adapted, you know what I mean? Whatever Russia was doing with this Marxist system, not whatever they was doing, we know what they was doing, but the fact that, they had that type of thing going on for them, creating a so-called new man and new woman. Like, what are you creating a new man and new woman for? Like, what was that about? And that element is not. When she said it, this is the first time I ever heard somebody associate. I'm pretty sure somebody has said it. I know it's not that deep, but it's like that foundation. Like right now, she's laying down the foundation of what led her to this concept of the anti-marriage. Mine was just really specific. I just look at behavior and I retrofit it. You know what I mean? I reverse engineer it. I'm like, okay, if I'm on the other side, mine is pretty rudimentary, pretty binary. I'm like, okay, what's on the other side? But she's laying down another foundation of what led her to believe in or coming to this concept of anti-marriage. Being a Catholic, you know that they big up, marriage. She's really the head, not so much Jesus. So it wouldn't be so far-fetched for her. So I think a level of simplicity between how I look at it and how she look at it leads us to, they're just against Mary, because when you go in the conscious community, they always talk about the black woman is God, the black woman. I'm like, no, what type of shit y'all niggas on? But in reality, like what Gail just reiterated from what the lady said, when you get the woman, you get everybody. That's really the goal. They want to get everybody. So what can I do? You know what I mean? Like we've already established in this live, if I want to kill a Messiah, because I think they're more worried about a Messiah, a Dr. Sabi, a Noble Drew Ali, a Marcus Garvey, a Steve Coakley, Dr. Ben, a Dr. Clark. I can go on and on. They're more worried about that than some hood nigga on the corner. You know what I mean? Because that dude can move, can fuck up their metrics. So when she's adding in this Marxist system, she's the target obviously is some cultural shift to benefit somebody else. And then the part that she said at the end was, we've adopted some of these things, which Mr. Palmer always highlights, where he says, they took in, I mean, I know it's not Marxist, but that they've been adopting bullshit when he says this best interest for the child shit that came from Hitler. So we know that David, so you're taking the Hitler shit, you're taking the Marxist shit, right? So why wouldn't you be taking in Satan? Why wouldn't you be taking in Antichrist shit? Why wouldn't you? You have no reason not to. If you're taking stuff that's so overtly disrespectful, why wouldn't you take covert? You know what I mean? So, let's listen to her build her case, because I think just for reference points where you can look at it and try to pick her apart if you want to, because I will. But I've watched this already. I think it's pretty solid. It requires some more research, but she's not saying anything. As you're gonna watch, she's not saying anything crazy. You know what I mean?
30 or 40 years later, things like abortion on demand, divorce on demand,
Right.
these kinds of realities. And, the Russians were saddled by this, by an outside kind of ideological aggressor, whereas we took these ideas on, but it was done by the women, it was done by modern media, it was done by very attractive women who were very savvy. So we kind of absorbed them without really considering, it was passed on to us through
The
Cosmopolitan.
Cosmo girl,
Exactly.
The Cosmo girl,
Yeah,
right.
people weren't reading Marx, they were reading Cosmo, and they were getting kind of the same set of lies, which of course is that.
That's a big deal, man. That part she just said is so important fundamentally. Shout out to my cheers say it out of y'all. That they're not selling Marxism through a book called Marxism. They're selling Marxism through the Cosmos, that same book that help promote that femininity, that false beauty image, why we have beauty supply stores everywhere. Beauty on the outside, not on the inside. And that's one of the biggest take homes early on, is how she has an understanding of how they're modernizing their weaponry, or however you want to look at it, by bringing in the cosmopolitan or Cosmos, whatever this thing was called, the Cosmos, and those different books that they put in women's hands to teach them stuff, and this shit was never qualified. You know what I mean? And we've taken on and adapted again stuff that doesn't make any sense. So the war was in those magazines with the pretty women, and she's isolated it. She's really identified the origin of this breakdown. It wasn't a gunshot through the door. It wasn't a riot. It was a magazine that she picked up at the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? What did I say at the end of the video on the Law of Diminishing Intent? Comfort. It gets you in a place, provide something in a place where you're comfortable. And it really started. You have chicks that are killing 27 children an hour because somebody picked up a magazine 60 years ago in a grocery store. You got to understand that this is the level that we playing at. They're going to wait that long to get something like that. They wait, strategically put things in place. Just picking up a little magazine. Oh, girl, they got a sale on this. And oh, that dress look cute on you. Translated into killing 649 children every day. That shit crazy.
That children are our obstacle, that men are supposed to be the enemy and the family is really the enemy.
We talk about here, or there's a quote about they wanted to be a doctor, lawyer, judge, even a high-priced call girl, but there were two things that she could not be if she was going to be glamorous, sophisticated, and cool. That's a virgin or a mother.
Right. Yeah. No, Cosmopolitan would not publish stories about the Cosmo woman who was a virgin or a mother. And
in fact, they would make stories up based on what it says here, right?
No, they definitely fabricated stories and made them sound as as venturous and wonderful as they could. And it led to the destruction of so many women who believed these stories and thought this was really the way to go, was the Cosmo life. And
right, it's kind of what we see with the Facebook world in some cases with people today, where they're looking at these Facebook stories as if they're real.
Right.
And thinking their life is so boring and terrible, not realizing how much of it is a charade.
Right. Yeah. No, there's certainly plenty of that. So that the envy and the holding up other women is very glamorous, and having the ideal life, certainly nothing new.
That's a really good point. And you talk about envy in here quite a bit. That whole idea, in a sense, of our society of creating envy, of selling envy.
Right. Yeah. No, and I think, as you know, the church.
Hey, y'all know I talked about it. It's going to come up. And you see Mr. Goodbread, what he associated it. He didn't say jealousy. If he did, I missed it. He said envy. That's what he associated it to. They know how to identify what things really are. Identity is everything. And I think religion always set as a catalyst or framework or foundation for identity. And I think when you have so many atheists and pseudo-atheists, they're not even atheists. They just don't have a concept of God. They just don't want to hear no. They don't want no resistance, and they don't want no accountability. It's not like they're scholars and they can pick apart things in religion and go, yeah, it's really not a God. It's not like they're scholars or they're scientists or they really know religion so much or they know science so well that they have evidence as to why there's no God. These are pseudo-atheists. These people that don't even, they're not even real atheists. They're just people that just don't want to be held accountable. You know what I mean? So when you have a foundation in some type of religion or some type of value system, we'll say that, it's easy to identify things. He immediately went to envy. What did I say about envy and jealousy? Jealousy, like Jay-Z was wrong. He said males shouldn't be jealous as a female's trait. He's wrong. Jealousy is definitely a male trait. Jealousy is when you see somebody else with something and you want it just because you see them with it. That's what males have. Males do that all the time. You see that every day. Well, we're going to see that every day now in spring during mating season. They don't want you over there doing your little dance to the female so he can get her. They don't want you to have her. Females don't have that. Females have envy. Envy is when you want some shit because you've seen somebody else with it and you don't want them to have it, even if there's enough. Envy is deeper. Yeah, you gone. I don't need you, nigga. I'm better than you. But I'm gonna put you on child support. Because not because I need the money, because it's a little bit of money. They admit that. I just want to be able to take shit away from the girl that you gonna be with. That shit crazy. You don't see niggas doing. Niggas don't be filing for child support. Even when they get custody. Very rarely do these, and then they don't pay and then they don't charge them. You know what I mean? So it's like just one example of envy. And this is an understanding. And I know most of y'all that just listen to this now can get it, but people on the replay, people that are younger, just get the full thing. I'm trying to learn how to teach better. So I'm more ready, fire, aim type of dude. Just get to the point, get up out of there, get in, get out. That's that old hood shit coming out of me. Get in, get out, but with thoughts and with how I'm explaining things, I'm learning how to, my sister, Cake Lover L, she came through and she on her teaching shit. I'm like, damn, I gotta get that good for all of y'all that was on she was on the other day. So I'm working to get better at it. I definitely I'm gonna bring y'all up in a minute. It's 27 minutes of this. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but it's just like halfway through this is there's so many key points.
Church, we haven't done a great job of reminding women that this is something that we struggle with from the very beginning. I mean, look at how Eve is tempted, like God has more for you. And so we always sort of are tend to want more, to, you know, overreach for stuff.
See, that part right there was subtle, but it's so valuable. So subtle. She's speaking so softly. It's so valuable what she said. She said, we've always struggled with this. And she spoke about how Eve was tempted by being told, this is 2,000 years ago now, right? I'm sorry, the Bible was written 2,000 years ago. So it had to happen even further than that, right? 500 years before that, 1,000 years before that. So you have, even back then, Mary being tempted with what, you know, it's just, I got so much more for you. It's just all this false equivalent or this false math of more. Like, am I getting more if I lose my integrity? If I compromise my integrity, how can I get more? When integrity is something that you can never get back after you lose it. Can't get that back. If a building collapses, that building will never be up again. You have to build a new building. The integrity of it, the foundation, when you break the foundation, you can't get that back. You have to do proper maintenance on the foundation before it falls and before it breaks. You know what I mean? So it's subtle the way she said it. Her voice is, she's speaking so meek and or whatever, but it's like, it's just intensely important to realize that this yeah, we're gonna give you more, or you can get more, is so old. The bigger the trick, the older the trick, the easier it is to pull, because people think it can't be that big or it can't be that old for so many people to have fallen for it.
And notoriety and celebrity, and you know, the list goes on and on. And so I think that really is at the heart of this, is what's being sold. But also at the same time, what's been dropped, of course, is the antidote to envy, which is, of course, the relationship with God. And that piece has certainly been dropped off from the feminist agenda.
Now, you talk about the second wave feminism made it clear that children were the enemy, preventing women from fulfilling their dreams. So what's the difference between the first wave and the second wave?
Well, the first wave started more with sort of the suffragettes, and it was an earlier iteration. The second wave came along and said, you know, things like Gloria Steinem, you know, you can have it all. And, you know, Germaine Greer saying things like children don't need to raise themselves, they'll just be brought up. And
take note of these names that she's mentioning. Even Mr. Palmer said, I've seen Kevin Samuels say, the original movement of feminism and child support was of a good cause. It was of a good nature. So the first iteration of it was valuable. You know, it wasn't really a threat to nobody. So most of us don't have no problem with that. But again, take notes of some of the people if you don't know the references. I got research to do myself on some of these people and their names and what they did afterwards and where they stand now and are they alive and shit like that. So definitely pay attention to that. Go back over it and listen to it. The link will be in the description if it's not already. More than likely is. So you can look up for yourself.
Not really understanding the nature of children and babies and human development. But what really brought the second wave together, even though you have someone like Helen Gurley Brown, who runs Cosmo magazine, you know, as opposed to someone like Kate Millett, who was super academic and had very divergent ideas about women, what they were brought together by was this notion of abortion, that we had to have abortion. And that's what was really the glue for the movement.
That's the key to freedom.
That is the key to freedom, because
I appreciate his sarcasm. Yeah, because that's the key to freedom, killing children, right? How evil this conversation is. Not them, but, you know, just this nature of killing a child to be empowered. If that's not a satanic ritual, I don't know what it is. You kill it, you get empowerment from killing the innocent. It's too directly demonic, bro, and satanic.
Children are just getting away. Is the fundamental lie.
Upon reflection, seeing the demonic source behind the geopolitical death and destruction of the last century is relatively easy, but there is similarly a uniquely malevolent source promoting abortion, and the new behavior women have fallen into wittingly or not. You go on to say there must be something more than simple human vice behind the fact that millions of women have betrayed the most sacred and fundamental of relationships, that of mother and child.
Which is I mean, that statement he made from her book is like the foundation of it. You've made the most sacred thing about being a woman, and where your acclaim and your praise and your respect comes from. That's where it has come from all of life until 1960. Like your praise and your credibility and you being revered has solely been about how you are as a mother. In our culture, we experience abuse at a rate of 83%. You know, our children experience abuse at a rate of 83% from birth to 18 years old. I'll kill 27 children an hour. 23,560,000 children you've killed. Like, well, for what? To accomplish, in the end of the day, what? To accomplish what? You sicker than ever. You're not retiring. You're dying earlier. What are you accomplishing killing children? Like, what is the goal? All of the credibility that all of the respect that you want, the adoration that you want, the attention you want, you spiting the exact thing that gives you credibility, that gives women credibility the entire time we've been here. We supposed to, as men around the planet, even men that are at odds with each other, be able to go, you know, great, we're at war, we're doing fucked up, immoral, horrible stuff, but the children are fine, they're safe with the mom. You're supposed to do that. It's not like that. You're crazy if you think that now. And it just blows my mind, bro.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is I think if you look at all of history, I mean, this is an absolutely astounding point. If you see, I mean, certainly abortions have happened in the past. I'm not trying to make that claim.
Facts, Mr. Goodbread. I gotta read this. Mr. Goodbread and Mr. Goodbread show. Definitely put your link in the description, bro. I mean, put your link in the chat or whatever to your channel and whatever you're doing next. Both of those. All the laws were designed for submissive feminine women. And when we say submissive feminine, we're highlighting what's missing from a woman being honorable. It was laws were designed for honorable women. So he's telling you the thing you're missing to be honorable is submissive, feminine, right? The majority of women today are not those women. Facts. And have figured a way of how to cheat the system at the expense of men, and at the expense of children, and at the expense of yourself, and at the expense of your family. That you got your body and your titties and your ass that you throwing around out in the middle of the street. You dishonoring everything that gives you and undermining everything that allows you to do the shit that you're doing. Operating against your own self-interest. To accomplish what? At the end of the day, if you got a dude, even, oh my God, let's go to the most despicable person in the world. A dude or female that wants to have sex with children. They get something out of it. For whatever reason they do. What are y'all doing? What do you get out of it? I don't understand. I don't see you winning. Nowhere. You kill a child for what? I had an argument years ago with this chick I was talking about abortions. I mean, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. This chick got in her feelings. She's like, you can't say that because, nowadays I got a car, I got a house I don't got to pay for. I said, ma'am, if you killed your child to be able to say that, then that's on you. You know for a fact she blocked me. You know for a fact. She was in her body. I'm like, you killed your child for that. You can't do that without killing a child. Then talk about my mom and dad. Hey, lady, what's wrong with you? If your mom and dad put you in position to be here and you trying to support killing the child, you undermining the very thing that allows you to breathe. I don't understand, bro. This is crazy to me, bro. I don't want to make this shit too long. This video is 27 minutes. And I'm gonna get I'm gonna drop the link in a little bit when I get to halfway there. It's a particular thing that she says. You'll know when she says it. That just goes along with this live here. Yeah, I'm long stroking y'all today. I'm on my lead attorney shit.
But to have a whole culture not only think that abortion is necessary, but go further and say, we're shouting our abortion, we're celebrating our abortion. This is something there's something deeply diabolical about this, that this most fundamental of relationships could be so twisted and become so, seen as such a bad thing in the minds of millions and millions of women.
Facts. Ain't nothing to add to that. Facts.
It's an anti-Marian spell.
I think this is really the spirit of the anti-Mary. I don't mean that as an individual. I mean as a spirit that sort of captured the culture. And I think this sort of spell is something that the culture has really been taken over by, that we are influenced by without even really realizing it. Because
I love how she's explaining it as a spell. And I'm not trying to be corny, but all words are spelled, and they're using words to trick these chicks, like she spoke about the Cosmos, that book, that magazine or whatever, using those words, using essentially a spell or some type of mind fuck or Nazi damn game plan or Marxist game plan to trick chicks into killing their child for honorability. You know what I mean? And I just love that she took that position. Me personally, I would have never said that. I wouldn't have never said spells. I thank her for that, because I wouldn't have never said it. I wouldn't have never said spell. I'd have just called it a demon or or devil. That's what I did. So I like that aspect, because it speaks to, I guess, her being a female. She knows how women are, lulled into it. On that end, I'm a male. I'm much more blunt and direct about shit. And I just like that she brought that up, because it does speak directly to how this misunderstanding on not just abortions, but womanhood is supposed to be. When we looked at Mary, both the Marys, one was a rebellion. Mary was a rebel, you know what I mean, against the oppressor. And you look at the word Mary, Marry, you seeing young women at the bottom, you seeing to give offspring. It's the first sentence you see. And they're against everything that, newsflash, that their body comes from. You're undermining yourself. And I appreciate that, because it is definitely a spell. It has to be. Disney magic. What do you? Well, most of their concepts and their little fantasies come from Disney, and that's all Disney talk about. Spells this and spells that.
Because it's so deeply in our politics, magazines, books, Hollywood, academics, fashion industry, all of it is sort of shot through
Facts.
with the same ideology, again, revolving around abortion as the lodestone.
You say 2 years of research have provided story after story of the terrible things women are doing to themselves and to their husbands, children, and grandchildren. Are you being tough on them?
No, I don't think I'm being tough on them at all.
I think that's like Mr. Palmer. Your mama back. I like the sarcasm, but this is people that, like, again, I big up who big up God. So people that, I can sit with Europeans and talk about Catholicism, people that have a respect for God. I know at the end of the day, they got to protect their genealogy and their phenotype, and I don't have no problem with that. But people that have respect for principles, I mean, there's other things we can defer on and be in disagreement with. But when it comes to principles, certain foundational things that, as she's constantly said, that is just about being a human or being an earthling, that is just completely absent from today's anything. And I think a lot of us are fucking tired of it. I'm just tired of it, because it's obviously it's extremely bad, right? But and it's not even a but to that. It's extremely bad, but we look forward to being able to make our mark in history. That's my particular thing. But some people just want to live an awesome life. Some people, like, one thing I love is to see brothers develop. That's why Mr. Goodbread or Mr. Palmer, that should mean a lot to me, to see y'all move forward, because my older brother got killed when he was 21 years old. So when Dwayne Haskins died, that shit hit me. When I see young dudes die, that hit me, because my brother was extremely talented. He was like God to me. I was 8, he was 21. So I love to see brothers develop. I love to see them get an opportunity and take advantage of that opportunity to do something special and leave a mark on this world. And so those of us that see stuff like this, it's like we got to deal with this so we can get around to what we're passionate about. When I see dudes win, man, I cry. I ain't gonna say that. I'll probably find a little closet to go to or bathroom to go to. When I see dudes win, when they honorably go about life
and accomplish what they want, man, I tear up because I know how hard it is, and I know how much you got to sacrifice. Turn down the vagina, turn down quick money, get up early, deal with the pain. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that's building your YouTube channel, building your business, building a relationship that, it's hard, bro. It's really, really hard just without the fuck shit. You know what I mean? So, as it relates to what his recognition, his sarcasm towards it is again, I appreciate people that that honor God or some sort of some type of principle. It's like even like what I'm saying about atheists is, if you're gonna be atheist, just be an atheist though. Like atheist is a theist. It's a theist. A theist is somebody that understands law, understands universal law, understands they have an understanding of principle. So I could actually have a good conversation with an atheist. Ain't gonna go but so far, but they understand it. They have an understanding. Like you just a pseudo atheist, I can't fuck with you. So I big up people that big up God. That's what we do. When we say in our temple in our community, when man honors man, man honors Allah. So when you being honorable to men, you being respectful, I fucks with you. Because if you're a warring nation or you're an opposing nation, at the end of the day, man, there's still a level of humanity and earthlingship that we have a boundary to. I'm not gonna annihilate your race. I just want you to leave my shit alone. Or we may have something that we think is both ours, or we got to go to war for it, or we can't come to an understanding. So again, I appreciate it. So if you see me with this white lady up here and these white people, it's not because I'm like on their side or nothing. But if somebody's telling the truth, then I'll acknowledge the truth. I want to be clear on that.
Well, I think that there were so many stories that I ran across, just horrifying things of just the different child abuse. I mean, not to mention, of course, abortion, but just the different ways in which people are being treated. So, no, I don't think I'm being hard on them at all. I think if you look in just even the everyday news feed, you're going to see the effects of the anti-Mary.
Facts.
Erasing Mary, that's the chapter, and you quote Carol Wojtyła from 78. Then, of course, St. John Paul II. We're now facing the final confrontation of the church and the anti-church, of the gospel versus the anti-gospel. And that's where you go on and you connect the idea. If you comprehend that, adding the idea of the anti-Mary to this list makes sense for several reasons.
Yeah, I think that if we look at the direction that women have gone, and if you look at the way the whole culture has swung, again, because of this Marxist and occult combination, that it makes sense to see it's really not the best of our human nature that's being presented, but in fact, there's some deeply troubling issues that we need to start sorting out and fighting back against.
You also go on to say Mary's place in the order of grace also elevates her significance in direct battle with demons. When commanded by priests during exorcism, demons testify to the rage they feel toward Mary, a mere human with such an exalted position. I know, and you talk about it because you have some exorcists quoted in the book, but I've heard it elsewhere that they say the greatest weapon against a demon in an exorcism is Our Lady.
I can't explain to you how true that is. From my own, a noble woman is a powerful, powerful person to have in your life. I have a few of them, and when they speak, shit just moves, bro. Like, let me take my time, bro. Hold up. That's a big difference, bro. When you have a woman that's noble, and you look at Gail. Just look at Gail. Look at what she does. Look at how when you have a woman that's noble, bro, it makes so many things work. They do so much shit that you can't quantify in terms of their value. The demonic spirit hates a noble woman because it's impossible. They target you because you're their worst enemy. They already know they can't beat the man. There's no point. You know what I mean? They already know you can't beat us. And they hate you because you keep bringing us here. You're the target. You're always the target. An honorable woman is so dangerous. A woman that's man, you have so much opportunity when a baby is the inception of a child, for you to increase the health, for that baby to come out at a genius level. That baby is a threat.
You know what I mean? That babies bring so much joy to everybody. It raises the vibration. You see a baby smiling, everybody is smiling. You just got to think about the process from just most simplest standpoint. When a woman takes care of a child, does right by the child, takes care of that child, it doesn't lie to him, doesn't listen, it ain't nothing. It's so many men that love their mama. Dudes that just they got trash mothers that think they good mothers. You see how they act? You see them, these simping forces? It ain't nothing like it. The nigga will kill you over his mom. But when you have a noble woman that raises a man, that shit, bro, it's a different conversation, man. I've been with it with sisters. I've been through it with sisters. When these people, these devils know they can't fuck with her, they be pissed. They hate her. They hate her. And this is what the so-called black female in North America need to understand. They don't fucking give a shit about you. If you're not fucking undermining your own people, the children, the men, you Sandra Bland, man. You some shit to kill and the murder and drag your little corpse in the cell and discard. This shit, man, this shit fire, bro. And exorcism, what he said is the truth. They hate, demons hate Mary. They hate her because she's a catalyst. She's a vicar. She's a conduit for everything right, for nobility. You know what I mean? We already know what the man is. But when a woman is in her place, women protected me. My mother was how she was, but I had other women, my great grandmother, my grandmother, and I had other women around that protected me, that put me on game, that prayed. You know what I mean? When they pray, it's a different conversation, man. That's what provide means. Pro means for, VID, VID is vide, which means to see. Provide means to foresee. Question: who are the people that have the dream about the fish, and then it turned out that somebody pregnant? Ain't that the mom and the women, right? Wouldn't that be foreseeing? And then it turned out that somebody actually is pregnant? Okay. All right.
But I hadn't really connected with the idea of their rage would be because she's an exalted human, which just really goes back to the original fall, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the sense of the angels.
Exactly. That they're supposed to be ontologically superior, and yet she's just a mere human. So, absolutely.
Now you asked the question. I'll ask you this: if there indeed is an anti-Marian spirit, what might it look like? What does it look like?
I think turn on your TV. All you have to do is look at some of these protests that are going on. Usually, there's a lot of nudity, really angry women who don't look like women used to look,
right.
Or should look,
or actually look like.
Right, exactly. Right. I think it's also women that reject motherhood, that reject their own biology. And just contraception is one of those things where you actually have to reject the natural functioning of your own body. So I think it's all of these elements tied up together that really it makes up what the anti-Marian spirit looks like.
Yeah, so women are not getting happier, just more medicated.
Yeah. If you look at any of the metrics for women today, suicide numbers, depression levels, drug abuse, divorce rates, all of these things are pointing to the fact that women are not happier. And you would think that feminism is something that is actually better for us, that there would be sort of a gradual progression towards happiness, and yet we're not seeing that at all.
All right, we so spread that. The video is gonna be. I just put it right here. The video is gonna be in the link. Is going to the link to the video will be in the description. So spread that out to the manosphere, the Mooresphere, your mom and them. Let people get it. I'd love to see other people's take on it. Like I said, I can't make shit go viral, but just I would love to see all of y'all content creators. Y'all take on it. We definitely I'm about to open the panel up. Give you that option. I'm gonna look at another video. It's a little shorter. It's not. It's just a priest that's talking about Mary. Let me stop that screen. And I thought it was interesting the thing that he brought up. 1 second. Let me see it. Okay. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. 1 second. Nope. Yeah, I think this is it. Yes. Okay, here we go. Yes. Here we go. Just 2 minutes.
One of Mary's greatest qualities would be her simplicity. Mary was a very quiet, humble, reticent, behind the scenes, not putting herself forward kind of person. And we don't know anything about her childhood. Basically, in the gospel, all we know is that she was married to a carpenter. She lived in Nazareth, led a quiet life, cooking, cleaning, taking care of her only child. So she didn't even have like the glory of a big family, so to speak.
Real quick, right? This came to me as he said that. You would think, right? Just bear with me. I mean, I could be tripping. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. If it's 2022 and we've been doing it for a while, right? We've been doing this thing for a while, bigging up single motherhood. Wouldn't it make sense for these females to big up Mary? Wasn't she a single mother? What, am I tripping? Wouldn't she be like, wouldn't it make sense for her to be the catalyst for like all of it? Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping, man.
In Nazareth, very quiet, very simple, saying her prayers, doing God's will. And then fast forward now to the cross, Jesus' crucifixion. Even at the most dramatic moment of her life, which would be the death of her innocent son, we don't see her pulling her hair out. She's not ripping her garments. She's not wailing and passing out in the arms of Mary Magdalene. The song goes Stabat Mater, which is Mary standing at the cross. She was standing at the cross, weeping in deep sorrow, but peaceful and trusting in God. And so even in that, she's not making a scene. She's not drawing attention to herself. The attention is still on her son, Jesus. Then fast forward again to Pentecost. She's in the midst of the apostles in the upper room, praying for the coming of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit comes as a giant wind and tongues of fire. And then Peter goes out and preaches the first great homily, inviting people to be baptized and come to Christ. And there she is in the midst of them, and no one knows. No one even recognizes her. We don't even hear her, throwing in her 2 cents about why people should believe in Jesus. So once again, just very quiet, very consistent and present, yet behind the scenes and working great miracles as the spouse of the Holy Spirit. And this is what God wants of us. God wants us to be interiorly on fire, have that interior burning. Because a lot of times we're tempted to have to define ourselves exteriorly and say, I want to have these clothes or say this or have that and do that and be this. And God really wants our hearts to be like the Blessed Virgin Mary's, where we're not exteriorly doing anything significant like miracles or all-night prayer vigils or writing theology, but we're giving our hearts to him so that he can work his miracles through us. And that's why we would consecrate ourselves to the Blessed Virgin Mary.
Praise Allah. Everything he said, the chicks you see today is the fucking exact opposite. The exact freaking opposite, man. Yeah, I know I long stroke, y'all. It's my first long stroke ever. Yeah, link in the description, but it's still, there's other shit we can look at. I ain't gonna say a lot too, but that was a crux of it. I wanted to bring up different pictures, but I actually used that video to use it to articulate the point. And this shit crazy. Yeah, so I definitely want you guys to take a look at let me put this real fast. I would love to see you guys' take on the Antichrist, bouncing off some of these other content creators head. This shit mind boggles me, bro. Stuff like this stresses me out because in my mind I'm like, yo, how could people not see this? How could you not see it? Like even that shit I just thought of when he was talking. Because when I watched it before, I was like, man, everything he's saying is the exact opposite. They want to be seen. They not conservative, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And once he said, she's just taking care of her only child, I'm like, okay, so she was a single mother. So why wouldn't black chicks Why would black chicks want to fucking, you know what I mean? Mr. Goodbread, help me out, bro.
Yo, no, man. Salute to no, man. I don't even know how much battery I got, but I just had to jump on, man. It's always a pleasure when I watch your content, man, because you get the goosebumps. You know what I mean? You get the goosebumps. I know a lot of people think that education is boring. We got to get out of that. We got to get out of that. We got to stop looking to this entertainment because it provides us that little dopamine fix to stay stupid. You know what I mean? We got to come up out of this trance, this delusional trance. And the only way we're going to do that is get into some education. Although it's boring, it is effective, guys. It's the only way out, guys.
Yes.
But no, man. Yo, can we part two this later on, man? I'm at the warehouse right now. Can we definitely part two this over at the school?
Yeah.
Me and you, bro.
Yeah. You gonna go a lot? What's up on yours?
All right, we gonna do this, yo. So I shoot you the time and the thumbnail as soon as I get out of here, man.
No.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your content. This is what the manosphere need. This is what our young men need, our old men of all ages. This is the content they need because this is gonna free our mind, guys. Remember, it's a mental slavery thing going on right now.
Yes.
It's mental slavery. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, the Moses and the Ten Commandments story is an example of how people have grown so complacent and they have grown so comfortability now with government and his ways of doing things. That's the Pharaoh. They so used to that, being under his spell, that when you embrace your Holy Spirit, it's uncomfortable because you've been programmed so long. Remember, the longer you stay in this stagnant position, the harder it's gonna be to get out, guys. But I ain't gonna drag it. World class, man. Always a pleasure. Salute to everybody that's tuned in, and salute to you, Miss Gail. You always putting in that work.
Always.
Virtuous woman type stuff, man. That's virtuous women.
Yeah, Cash App. All my moderators, you can moderate it too, man. When y'all come in, man, put y'all Cash Apps up. It's gonna be on the screen. Facts. That's what we do on the village. Y'all moderate, man. Put your Cash Apps up, Cash Apps up, and it's gonna be up on the screen, man. I appreciate Mr. Goodbread coming through. Appreciate Mr. Palmer coming through. Gail and Knight coming through. Just wanted to share this with you. I know it's like I do stuff from a responsibility standpoint. I have fun on this channel and do some more fun and attractive things on this channel when I know I've done my job. I got 11 more videos to do on universal law. I've been fortunate enough to be in spaces where I can learn it, and it makes all the difference. It allows me to just process stuff. So I'm excited, man. Definitely want to see people's take on it. I hope that video catch fire and people make their own take. I don't even care if they give me credit because I ain't the one that came up with it first. I just perceived it and then I researched. I'm like, oh, I found that lady. You know what I mean? So it's like, I give her credit. I ain't trying to steal nobody credit. I just want to win. I don't care who first. I don't give a shit. I don't care if I gotta get on my hands and knees and clean up the crumbs. I just want to win. Do not care. So shout out to Gail. Salute to Gail. She's the type of woman we talking about. My big sister Kate Glover Ill, she's the type of women we talking about, and that we need to support and back and protect from these these anti-marries, these things that exist to counter the messiahship. You know what I mean? They don't want messiahs here. They don't want the message out. They don't want nothing to interrupt their consumer experience. They want something to when they don't want a dad, they don't want a God, or they don't want no principles. It's because they want a quick fix, instant gratification, something for nothing guaranteed. Quick fix, instant gratification, something for nothing guaranteed. They don't want no resistance with their consumer experience. And that's really what this shit be about. They don't really be about nothing else. You know what I mean? And so yeah, since we'll probably hop on, not probably, we're gonna hop on with Mr. Goodbread later whenever he go to expand on this. And but y'all see what I've been doing. just giving up skills. So when you see me trash people later, a year from now too, I gave y'all the same shit I be using. You got everything I be using. Same skill set, the universal law, etymology, parse, syntax, the ability to recognize the enemy. All that stuff is first. Like I was on a LePew show with the last video, the video I just premiered this morning, using that same skill set. Active listening. You got 2 ears, 1 mouth, using proportionately. Let people make their case. Don't be in the instant gratification, quick fix, something for nothing guarantees. Them shits don't work, bro. I mean, let's see. I'm missing. Oh yes, shit. Fuck. So I have to. Right. So if you have an anti-Mary, right, she's gonna get impregnated with anti shit. And I told this to this one sister that a lot of these chicks just want spite babies. So if you have an anti-Mary, you have a chick that wants to produce a person that does the exact opposite of what a Messiah is supposed to do. Bringing people here to undermine people, to spite people. They get their little boy, they get their little girl, they dress them up like the nigga they want to control. And they use that little boy or that little girl as, like Mary was used as a vicar or a conduit for spite. So when you see anti-Mary, you think anti-Christ. No, think of spite baby. There's people that are 40-year-old spite babies. They exist just for spite. You got chicks that are having a child just so they can have control over something to tick for tat with their mother, because they heard their mother their whole life. Oh, I can do this because I'm your mother. So they try to get the same power from their mother. So I'm gonna go get a child just to be able to say you can't tell me nothing because I've been fucking and I got a baby too, creating all these spite babies. And that's the problem, man. Not bringing a baby here to do nothing good. So what am I saying? Get back to the reality of it. Be pro-Mary, not anti-Mary. I want to have a child to bring a Messiah. May not be a Dr. Sabi, but I don't be direct with it. I want to bring a child here so I'm able to raise a messenger, raise a prophet for our own bloodline and our own family to move us forward. So you would bring them in the environment and have a baby with a person that can solve a particular problem, to remove oppression from your space, from your bloodline, for your clan or your tribe or your village. So you will want to link up with other villages, other tribes, like Mary did. Be pro-Mary for your own bloodline. Whether you Haitian or you Puerto Rican or you what y'all call FBA or you Israelite or you whatever, you know what I mean? But get this anti-Mary shit out your system. If you think about it, it's verbatim that everything you see today is the exact opposite of her. It's precisely the exact opposite, like mirror opposite, not like opposed, like on the other ends opposite, because you see most of them are single mothers. Like I said, like if you're a single mother and you're bigging up, you would think Catholicism would go through the roof then, because she was a single mother. You got multiple fucking like nigga. Hold up, I got it's multiple pictures, bro. It's like one second. I'm trying to bring these photos up. Man, you would think that they would have an image. Let's see, look at this one. You would think that this would be like a big deal. They would want something like this. It would be a part of this. You would, I mean, you would think this would be the image and not the fucking Lilith. Like, why would that be a thing? But instead of that, they on this shit. Bring girl shit down. These niggas on this time. They on this. True demon time. Like the fucking exact opposite of what you would think they would be on, my nigga. They on this Lilith shit. She wasn't a single mother. Lilith had a female demon and Samael. She wasn't a single mother, but you a single mother. Just like Beyonce said, "Oh, the single ladies," but that bitch was fucking. She had to marry her husband. You know what I mean? Like that shit just shows the ritual, bro. The ritual is just sick. It's like, golly, y'all don't see this? I don't know, man. But that's the point of an anti-marry, is to produce a spite baby, a person that's just here to just be divisive for literally no reason. You just here to be in a way to counter somebody or to fight this person or to fight that person, or I don't like that. And you always in debates. And when you see me, I'm usually attacking a concept or a principle, or bringing a concept or a principle. I ain't got no videos on no one dude other than fucking that one asshole who attacked my sister who was in a wheelchair. Oh, I know of it. I don't even got that shit up. That shit not even available to be seen. Oh, them old ones. The new one I do. I'm not making a billion videos about no nigga. I like women. I don't care about no nigga. What type of shit you want? I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna edit, listen to another. I'm not about to do that. I don't like niggas. We listen to a nigga voice all day. Y'all niggas crazy. Yeah. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me today. Definitely want to put some energy on the channel. I got another channel. It's for trading. It's just to study the trading. We're gonna do that in a little bit. Just to build a community of trading. Not say trading the market, crypto, forex. I only trade 3. I trade 1 forex, 1 crypto, 1 gold. The only ones I look at. But for us to exchange information and just study, not all that other shit. So we're gonna we'll get into that. Support Gail. I mean, support the chat. Like and subscribe, comment. Network with other content creators. Please, take a look at this video that we shown. I think it's it's definitely in my description. You know how we do, man. Like I say all the time, it ain't but 2 classes on this planet, never been 3. Either world class or you outclass. And the question is not which class do you want to live in. The question is which class do the ones coming behind you deserve for you to die in. On your feet, on your knees. Respect the craft. Noble.